Critique of Ekkoet's PB. Hopefully that's loud enough. King's Pass. People arrive. Not much to say yet. Let's see how this turnaround is. Gosh, that's not frame advance. What am I doing? Yeah, not bad. There is room to be a bit farther left, but like I'd be lying if I said I get it consistently. That's a little unfortunate. Another thing you can do when he's this far left is just like jump onto this platform, either under him like this, or over like from around here. You could like full jump onto him. In some cases, that's a bit faster than luring him all the way over, especially depending on how your frame rate gives you acceleration. Yeah, so that case it might have been faster to go to the left. I assume you were going for the nail turnaround there, but obviously that's whatever. That's a fine softball setup. You do have a bit more room to land farther to the right, so you might want to work on that. Just try to like land on the corner instead of landing here. I'm told that this corner is sticky, so usually what I do is I try to go around it. The corner being sticky means that like this can like sort of eat your vertical momentum, and then you end up not going up. I haven't experienced it myself, probably because ever since Gustin told me that, I've been avoiding the corner. Just something to think about. That's a good pre-slash, I think. You could probably pre-slash a bit earlier. I think I pre-slash around... Actually, yeah, I pre-slash around there. I think I pre-slash here, and you're pre-slashing here. Either way is fine. Just skip that. Skip that a bit. So turning around in well loses a frame because that turnaround decreases your fall speed. I keep meaning to go frame back and I keep going 5 seconds back. I think, yeah, full jumping. Let me frame. Okay, yeah, you can full jump a bit earlier, like from here. And you're full jumping from here. I think you can full jump a bit sooner. But you don't want to go too soon. I think you know what you're doing here, except for the turnaround thing. Let's see this. You went... Whoops. You went pretty far to the left. I don't know if I do that. I don't know if I go this far left. Obviously, going too far to the left will lose time. But I would have to play back what I actually do. it's possible that like I'm also critiquing my own strats. You did get the inventory drop, so that's good. Oh, but yeah, let go of inventory too soon. I'm sure you recognize that mistake. I don't know if you're going for the coyote jump here to this into this tick, but if you look at this sort of cutout section of rectangle, that's basically exactly where you can jump. That's like exactly where your coyote frames are. So if you jump off of this cutout piece, then you'll be able to tick this pogo, and then attract eventually sooner. So try practicing that. See if that helps. You did go pretty far to the right there, although I find myself going pretty far to the right too. I suppose if you want to play it safe, and go as far right as you need to. You can even be like this far right, and just like you could even slash from like here. I think you don't have to be that far right. And I always point out, like when I make that mistake in runs, like oh shit, I'm too far right. So this can be a pre-jump. Maybe you didn't go for it because the Grozer was in your way, but I'll just go over it briefly. There's a line in the ground here. And if you do your pre-jump from here, then go neutral for a few frames while dropping, and then keep holding left. So pre-jump from here, go neutral for like a few frames, and then keep holding left, then you'll land in a good spot. And even there, you could have see how long you're neutral here, and then see how far to the right you're landing. Again, that may have been Gruzzer avoidance, but there was some room. I think there was some room to land farther to the left there. This is fine, this is fine. That you want to watch out for. It's always really easy to make these mistakes. Honestly, I probably would have made the same mistake. That was fine. For this, you can do a pre-jump. Around here, you can pre-jump to here. There is a bit of leniency on this spike hitbox. The knight can be like roughly this close, so you can pre-jump from there to here, save a bit of time, rather than just walking off. That was pretty good. Can afford to be a bit tighter on this turnaround. There is some space, so that's just a matter of jumping sooner from here. You can use the edge of this little background object, the like closer to the right edge of this. Like if you jump here-ish, then you'll have a tighter turnaround there. Skip ahead. Alright, the Moloch fight. Okay, good damage rotation so far. There? Let's see. There, what I probably would have done... I'm trying to think of how to explain it. I probably would have jumped a bit closer. See, you went around this way. I probably would have stayed a bit closer. But it did work out. Yeah, I think it could have been faster DPS if you had not gone all the way around. Although if you're doing that for safety, then I respect that. I'm just pointing out when my thought process is different from what I'm seeing. Nice. Yeah. It's I make these mistakes all the time, just trying to slash and then turn around, and then you end up turning around and then slashing. Even with SOCD cleaner, I make that mistake a lot. It's just a skill issue on my part. Yeah, you want to definitely be careful of these parries. See, if you hadn't paused there, then I think you would have made it. Because watch when you're down here. Yeah, right there you paused and then went. I think if you hadn't paused, then that would have worked out better. Dealing with jumps is something I got better at recently. So what Zooey tried to teach me forever ago, and I only recently actually learned it properly, was... Hang on. So here, I would try to position myself to go under Moloch back to the left, and do an up slash as I'm doing that. So it would be like, go up slash, and then slash as we both land. And I'm guessing this was in anticipation of Moloch jumping. I'm not really sure what purpose that serves. It can be hard to misread when he's about to jump versus when he's about to spit, because he does the scrunch down either way. And then there's just some more jump patterns. I don't need to go over everyone. Healing is good. Skip ahead. Oh, right. Shard timing. I think you can get the shard a bit earlier. Let me just... Okay, so coming in it from the right, that's correct. I don't know if you did this intentionally, but you should, because then if you're on the right edge of it, you can leave the room faster. It looks like you intersected it near the top of its hitbox. I don't know if it makes a difference. Actually, there was a discussion about this, and how high you are vertically doesn't make a difference, because you're just holding right anyway. So forget I brought that up. Skip past that. Oh, and I need to watch this, actually. So there is room for pre-slash here, which actually it looks like you're doing. That's actually good. And we're at a 303 Shard 1, which is pretty good. Definitely sub-8able material. Nice. Although you're a bit far to the right here. See that? So that lost some time. Unfortunate. Hard fall. But, okay, at least you did land as far left as possible, so that's good. This, you want to short hop. So from here, what it looked like you were doing was walking off and doing 2 pogos. What you want to do is short hop and do 1 pogo. If you do it correctly, you won't hit the gum at all. You can try it in debug, show your hitboxes. Trust the process. Short hop, 1 pogo, go. Let's see how you decide to approach this. I don't think you need to go that far left. Sorry, I keep going back 5 seconds. Yeah, see, you're already pretty far left here. Don't think You need to be this far left. I don't think I ever pass the horizontal position of the wall. That was fine. That could be another short hop, but actually this looked like it worked out fine just walking off, so that doesn't. I don't think that matters. Looked good, although I looked away for a bit. That should have been an up slash. I don't know if you went for that or not, because if you had done an up slash, you could have kept the... made sure the aspid was underneath this platform up here. That ended up working out fine. And your 402 leaving, that's definitely sub 8 material. I don't think I've... I mean, this doesn't matter. I don't think I've done this statue pogo. But you're going right the whole time, so it doesn't matter. This is correct. I will say be careful about going this high, because the Vengefly can bonk on this geometry up here and slow down and not chase you. What you can do instead is keep yourself lower by using the sides of the golems as your target for your pogos. So let's... yeah, so like instead of like aiming for the top, you could aim for the sides, be a bit lower, and decrease your risk of the Vengefly bonking. But that ended up working out fine. You waited... I think you would have made the cycle on the golem had you not waited this long. So it looked like you did 2 or 3 hops. 1, 2... Yeah, if you had done like 1 fewer hop while waiting, I think you still would have had time. Definitely don't feel like you need the Vengefly to be within this region. If the Vengefly is over here, you can still get the pogo. And sometimes, if the Vengefly spawns really far to the right, and like it takes a very long time to get over here, I sometimes will have to go for like pogoing it with the side of my nail hitbox while it's under here. But yeah, I think if you had waited a bit less time, you would have been able to make this golem cycle that you just barely missed. But actually, despite damage tanking, you do make this... oh, never mind. I was about to say you do make the cycle. Was that recoverable at that point? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so this is correct in that scenario. If you're trying to finish that run, that is a good place to heal. Zoe's guide goes over strats for getting through these 6 golems, so I'll let you reference that. But this is a good backup. And that is exactly what I do. Yeah. If you want to optimize this, and like something to practice, you don't have to go this far to the right. What I try to do is like a very short wiggle, land here, sort of wiggle off, and then position myself so I can go into the shard sooner. But this is totally fine too. And hang on. I think that was fine. Just like with Shard 1, try to make sure you're interacting with the right side of its hitbox so that you can leave sooner. You can slash... You can start slashing from, like, here. So basically, Team Cherry moved the visual plank, but didn't move its hitbox. So if you view hitboxes in debug, you'll find a hitbox shaped like this, but pushed to the left. I think actually, sorry. You can pre-slash from here actually. Definitely open that with hitboxes and check it out. Yeah, because I think... Did you have to go neutral? I think you had to, like, if you're spending any time pushing against the wall, then you've already lost time there. Jumping out of here, you can do, in this little gap between these foreground objects, you can do like a, I wouldn't call it a full jump, but like a big jump around there. And then, I don't actually remember where to hop from here, but that's gonna depend on whether this Vengefly is alive and kicking. You're gonna have to go around this Vengefly anyway, so this is like less of an issue, I think. Like, but yeah, definitely the big jump from there. And that was fine. As you practice getting to that shard faster, you'll be able to learn a different Gome exit. And like if the Vengefly's not there, ideally what happens with me is that I come around here, hold tight, and hold right, and I can walk past this while it's still on the ground. And then I do a large jump to pogo this. But that depends on like having a somewhat specific, fairly optimal timing from room entry to shard pickup. So that's something to practice. But this was a good cycle for that scenario. Like, landing here is good for like the off cycle. So that's good. That was really close. Sorry, I keep going back 5 seconds instead of going back frames. Oof. That scared me. Okay. One thing to note, I don't think you do it here, but it's really easy to rub on this wall. It looks like you clear it, but just keep in mind that it's like really easy to jump a bit too late and rub on this wall and lose time there. So just watch out for that, I guess. It's also really easy to rub on this wall, so just watch out for that. An alternate strat you can do is simply walk off and pogo the Gome. The Gome will be in pogo position, assuming like the correct room cycle, and you held right the entire time. I don't know how much this matters. You can pre-jump here onto this platform, and again onto here. I haven't really timed this. And if you want to go for an RNG softfall, you can pre-jump off of this, but I wouldn't recommend it unless your run is dead and you're YOLO swagging. This looks good. This wall's basically your bottleneck, so if you're rubbing along this as you land, then you did a good job. And 510, that's pretty good. My personal, like, this run is okay metric is sub 5 coming into here. And, you know, my personal this run is okay metric means that it can still 4x. So this can definitely still sub 8. Like, if I were doing this run, I would look at that and say, oh, okay, at least this can still sub 8. Let's see when you start slashing. You can start a pre-slash here. I use this line as my cue to start a pre-slash. I don't know if like I pass it a little, but it's around there. You could even like use this chunk and say like, okay, when I'm in this chunk, I'll pre-slash. But you didn't slash until you were in the next chunk. Oh, that's gorgeous. Um, as soon as you see this, this is when you want to start moving into the damage rotation of like expecting the up and downs. It's hard to just explain audibly. Let me watch the rest of the fight. But like, you didn't anticipate that. This pattern. So this pattern of the up and downs that you do here when you're chasing Gro's mother, you wanted to start a similar pattern here, but running away from Gro's mother. And basically, the up and down pattern running away from Gro's mother involves like turning around on every single nail swing, and advancing to the right in between each nail swing to get that same damage pattern off. And that's what you would have wanted to start going for here. But instead, it took you like Gar's mother went up and down to the right, and what should have happened was you did the thing like that I described, where you're running away from Gar's mother and slashing her, but instead Gar's mother bonked you, and then you did the one where you chase after her. Otherwise, that looked good. Let's just. There is a setup where on the big shake you do 2 full jumps and then you do your first nail swing on the way down, because basically I can, if you remind me in Discord, I'll link you to the strat that Javier posted. Javier, I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry, but like basically the Gruzzers always spawn in the same position, and some of them are up here above Gruz Mother. So that setup ensures that you get 1 nail swing on the upper set. And then from there, it's just RNG where they happen to go. And it looked like you were almost going for that. Yeah, there's not really much advice I can give on cleanup. And like, I fuck it up a lot too. I would say, in this case, you have Gruzzers that are going up and away, and you're currently prioritizing ones that are near the ground. I would say, in those cases, try to prioritize hitting the ones that are going to get away from you. And then come back for the ones that are near the ground. Because see, now these 3 are all the way up here, and that's going to take a while. Whereas, like, if you had spent that nail swing going for this one, and spent some of this time going for these 2, then that would have made the overall fare faster, I think. That's what I would have gone for. But it was pretty fortuitous that you got this hit off on all 3 of them, which killed them. That was nice. Watch your pre-jump here. I'm sure you noted this. You pre-jumped into the ledge rather than around it. I don't really have much to say there. I don't know how much of a difference this makes, but you can take your nail out sooner. Like around here, you can start a pre-slash into this plank, which it kind of looked like you did, actually. Um, maybe a bit sooner. It's hard to tell. I would experiment in practice. That turnaround was not great. For the next few rooms, I'm going to be pointing out all the bad turnarounds. You want to be closer to the right edge of this, and a little bit closer to the left edge of this. I'm sure you hated on yourself for that. What? This is a case of try not to get tilted. Like this extra jump, you were probably a bit tilted from missing the jump. That mentality critique, that's just gonna lose you more time. So be careful of that. Again, watch the turnaround, 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 turnaround. This strat is RNG. The Aspid Mother might not be there, so I hate going for this strat. What I like instead is to go for this platform and then climb this tower on the right. So from here, do like a relatively big jump over here and then climb up there. It's like what I like to do. It looks like you did wall rub a bit here. I just want to make sure you're just like jumping sooner so you can like fully clear that. See, you went neutral there. You went neutral right here. So you might want to even pre-jump. If you had cleared that and then like little pre-jump, I think that would have made whatever. However you end up spacing out the jumps, as long as you're holding left from here all the way to the transition, then you're good. Hold left and make sure you don't wall rub, and then you're fine. Like definitely try to avoid going to neutral. I think you can slash slightly earlier, like here. But that's only a couple video frames, so that's fine. What? Okay, so you were probably trying to, like, walk off the ledge and then, like, wiggle back into it. I used to actually do that myself. Since lately I've been going for the inventory drop here because I learned myself how I can leave the room without major glitching. So I guess that's just something to be careful of. Turnaround, more turnarounds to be aware of. This one is deceiving. If you go and end up trying to tighten up your turnarounds, I think both of these, the geometry doesn't extend fully out. So if you go and try to tighten that and like you end up falling through, just be aware of that. But there was some room to tighten that turnaround, I think. Hang on. Oh, never mind. I don't know what I was looking at. So that... See how they went away from each other? There is actually room to do a little hop toward the grub, free the grub, and then like swing back down. Kind of like how in King's Pass when you hop toward Jinky and come back. That sort of maneuver. So you don't land on this, you just like hop and come back. But like this aspect is way too low to spend the time trying to upslash it away from you. Yeah, and you suffered the consequences. Coming out of the grub, you can jump from here. So there's this little gap in the foreground object. Once you clear that, you can do your jump. It's a relatively big jump, but you can clear it from there, and then you end up landing further along the left here. That's fine. That's fine. There's room to hit that sooner. Like you can have the knight be here, and if you're slashing in this direction, you'll hit it. You might want to open like show hitboxes in debug to see what that hitbox looks like, and see that like yes, if the knight is here, then my nail hitbox reaches. But you went pretty high on that. That was fine. Here, the jump is here. So if you see this background object, there's like these two wide sections. You can do a full jump from the first, in like when the knight's in the first wide section, right here. You can do a full jump and you end up landing on the left edge of this platform, and then you wiggle your way up. This can be tricky to do fast, but there was some room to like execute these like series of jumps faster. That's exactly what I do. I use this line on the floor geometry for my start to my pre-slash. I don't know if that's what you're using. I don't know if you're a keyboard or controller player, but if you have some way of like getting your mouse in the right position, and if you spam click your mouse, it'll be faster than like what you're doing now. Personally, I have like a bit of tape residue on my monitor, and if that ever dissolves away, then I put another piece of tape on my monitor and pull it off, and then there's more tape residue, and I can only ever notice it when the monitor's off. There's another way you can sort of picture between this decoration and the bottom menu. If you picture your mouse right in between those, so I'm going to put my mouse there. See? So if you just want to look at that again, look at where my mouse is, and then you would spam click that, you would come up, and it looks like you are spam clicking your mouse that time, so that's good. So this is the same stuff. I don't remember what we went over, but I think we went over earlier full jump from roughly the middle of this step, and then you'll clear yourself into the well. Even if that had been a full jump, you would have cleared. But it looks like you didn't go for a full jump. And I think you turned around in well again, which again loses that frame. What I like to do here, around here, when the particles are coming, I do one nail swing and then I jump, just for timing. So like, around here, I do a nail swing and then I jump. You can quit out a bit sooner. If you watch that back, you'll see how long between the split. Oh, okay, here it looks like you were going for mouse menuing, but your mouse was in the wrong position. So I probably just preached to you about that for no reason. Oof, that was a bit of time loss. What I think is optimal is a full jump followed by a mini hop instead of these two like medium hops, and then yeah, that's unfortunate. Just like landing a bit too short. Oh, that was some other category muscle memory that came in. All right, it's been 40 minutes. I hope this was helpful. GG.